Well, hello and welcome to Knife Delights. Hey, today we got a special knife we're going to look at here. This is the 125Ot, the Schrade Oldtimer 125Ot. And look at the condition of this knife. It's got wonderful patina on it. It's just a little bit dirty. There's some sticky stuff here from a price tag. But look at how nice and even that patina is on this knife. So I'm not going to quote-unquote refurbish the knife, but what I would like to do here is to give it a good cleaning. So we're going to throw it in. Throw it in here, the ultrasonic cleaner. Move the camera up just a little bit here. And I've already got my warm water in there. And I'll try to open this up a little bit, see if it fits. Oh boy, this knife is just reaching the limits here. My cleaner. No, it's not going to fit with the blade open. That's all right. Let's just see what we can get out of here. Put a little squirt of Dawn dishwashing liquid in there. Don't take much. And we're going to let her go for 5 minutes. Then we'll take a look. Let's pull her out and see what we've got. We look down in the bottom, you can see some dirt down there in the bottom. But overall, not too bad. That water drain out of it. We do have some stuff down there in the bottom though. Can you see that down in there? Yep. So let me set this back and out of the way. Give me a little bit of room here. We'll look at it. I want to get it dried off, get as much water off of it as I can. We don't want to start rust, right? See, wipe off some of the dirt. We're not taking the patina off, just getting rid of some of the dirt here. A little bit of rusty stuff. We're starting to form some rust there, so it's a good thing we're getting this done. Still got wonderful patina on it. And now that I've got it wiped off, again, we don't want it to rust. So we want to get it into some mineral oil and let it soak in and around the springs and all of that and get it all loosened up. And then we can get the mineral oil wiped out, and we should have a wonderful, wonderful working knife. Well, I pulled the knife out of the mineral oil. Only let it soak for about an hour. And a couple reasons for that. One is for the video timetable here, to get this video out when I need to. And secondly, it really didn't need a lot of soaking. But you know, if you get to this point and you think, oh goodness, I didn't let it soak long enough, why, you can always throw her back in. You can see we're getting just a little bit of that rusty stuff wiped off. That's good stuff. Good thing about the mineral oil. Helps you clean a little bit here. Gives it some lubrication. Now if you've got a knife and the pivots are real bad and you don't have good walk and talk on it, you know, you can let the knife soak for an hour or so and then get out and, you know, manipulate the blade back and forth and let that oil get worked back in. But like I said, this knife's in pretty good shape here. And this is a little bit messy here, getting rid of the oil, but you can see we're getting some rust wiped off there. And that's what we want to do, is try to remove the rust without removing the patina. We can see we got a little bit of dirt down in there yet. We can get to that. That brass cleans right off, wipes right off. See there? So a lot of it's just wiping and wiping. If I was unhappy with the results, I could throw it back in the sonic cleaner again and let it go to it. Okay, let me get some cleaning pads out here quick. And where's my little screwdrivers? Take this little thin screwdriver. You can wipe down in here with this cleaning patch. See, you get some stuff out of there. It's really not that bad. Pretty clean down in there. Take a look. Looks like there's just a little bit of rust, like right there. But all in all, it looks pretty nice. Can't tell if that's rust or patina down in there. I can always take a little piece of sandpaper later and sand that off slightly if I needed to. I didn't really mean this to be a cleaning video, but I guess it's kind of turned into one. You can look at your back spring right there. See how dirty it is. And this is good for any of your slip joint knives. Usually put your blade out about halfway. It raises that back spring up. Wipe anything off of there, because that will affect your walk and talk. And again, you can just manipulate this back and forth. Yep. And then just keep wiping. Now, soaking in mineral oil with, oh yeah, see there? Especially with synthetic handle material in that, I've never had any kind of a problem with the mineral oil. As you can see, it actually adds a luster back to that Delrin. I did have one viewer say that he soaked a buck knife with wood covers, and it seemed to really darken the wood. So that's the only caveat I have on the mineral oil is, I guess if you're using wood, if your knife has wood handles, why be careful with it. Monitor it. All right. As you can see, you can just keep working it there. If you're going to carry and use this knife, you want to dry it off very good, because oil does attract dirt and lint and stuff. But a lot of times on these knives, I'm just, collecting them. So I just put them up and I leave them a little bit wet. Oh yeah, see there? I probably could have done a little bit of light cleaning before I use the ultrasonic cleaner, but that's okay. And you can see those bolsters. It still has the dull patina on it, but there's no rust. Okay, now that we've done just a basic cleaning on it, let's get in and actually talk about the knife. Well, let's take a little closer look, kind of a deep dive into this knife here. So again, we're talking about the Schrade Old Timer 125Ot Mustang. It was named the Mustang, and this was made in the USA. Now, Schrade went out of business, I think, in 2004. They were bought out. The name was bought out by Taylor Brands, and Taylor has resumed making this knife, and they are available. However, they're not made in the USA as far as I know. Made in China. I think they're around $25. Now, I do know that the original 125Ot did come with a pouch. I do not have the pouch. I just have the knife here. But as you can see, it is what I would consider to be a folding hunter, and you can really see the DNA of the Buck 110 in here. Even though it's a liner lock and not a lockback, it's still, the folding hunter concept is still built off of the Buck 110. So it looks like we got an overall length of around 9 1/4 inches, and we got a blade length of 4 1/4 inches, and it is a clip point blade. And from what I could find, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it is 1095 carbon steel. Later on, sometime in the 90s, Schrade came out with their stainless steel, and there would be a plus sign after the Schrade. That meant it was their new and improved stainless steel. Some other information, again, kind of unverified, but I believe this knife was made from around 1972 until 1997. As you can see, it's a full-size knife here. I wear a large to extra large glove, so you can see there's plenty of room here. It does have a lanyard hole, although it seems like they were started, when they were first made, they had a lanyard hole, then they did away with the lanyard hole, and then they brought the lanyard hole back, from what I can tell. So you can see we got brass liners there. And of course, it is a liner lock. And this is something interesting, and you know, when you play with a knife, you pick up on little things. Look at the difference in the bolster. See how this bolster here is cut out down here where it's not over here, and that gives you access to the liner lock. So that's pretty cool. This knife has pretty good walk and talk. There's no blade wobble to it. This knife has been used an awful lot. The edge is dull, so the edge needs to be touched up on it. But just what a wonderful knife, and what a wonderful piece of history. Now, Case has made a very similar knife, a folding hunter, although I don't believe it's a liner lock. I don't know. I don't have one of the Case, but Case did make a version of this, so it's either or. Somebody copied each other, but again, you see the Buck 110 DNA in here. So this does have the saw-cut Delrin. And you can see that mineral oil kind of bring that luster back out on it, didn't it? Just wonderful. Made in the USA. You know, there's lots of wonderful videos out here on this model of knife and on Schrade in general. Schrade still continues to be very popular amongst collectors. It brings back fond memories for a lot of people that may have had a Schrade, maybe even this model of a Schrade, back when they were a kid or a young man. So yeah, it does evoke some powerful memories for some. One thing I forgot to do is didn't really find a good weight for it online, so just thought we'd weigh it here real quick. And it looks like we're coming in around 5.8 ounces. That's ounces. Okay, there it is, or 165 grams. So 5.8. So yeah, it's a heavy knife, but again, I think it originally came in a pouch. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the look at this wonderful knife and enjoyed some of the cleaning tips there that I showed. As you can see, I continue to get dirty oil out of there, so it's just a matter of continuing to manipulate this blade back and forth. Eventually it'll work that stuff back out, but it is a much nice, cleaner knife, and just beautiful patina on it. So until next time, have a very delightful day.